Hi, and welcome to this brief ebook on active listening. I'm going to be guiding you through some very helpful information that will allow you to discover some of the features and traits and methods in active listening. Now, this can be used in relationships, the workplace, and the classroom. Now, one of the first things we need to talk about today is the difference between hearing and listening. Hearing has specific features just as listening does. And it turns out that the difference between hearing and listening primarily is that hearing is effortless, passive, while listening is actually intentional and active. So, hearing refers more to sounds that you hear, whereas effective listening or active listening requires more concentration and the use of your other senses as well, such as good eye contact, body language, and mental focus. Adults spend about 70% of their time engaged in some sort of communication, and 45% is spent listening, while 30% is usually involved in speaking, 16% reading, and 9% writing. We certainly have to include time spent reading and writing with texting and emailing as well. Now, here's a question. What are the reasons for listening? Well, we listen to obtain information, we listen to understand, we listen for enjoyment, and we listen to learn. Whenever we're listening, we will remember about 25 to 50% of what we are hearing and listening to. So, listening is a skill that we can all benefit from by improving it. Here are some features on how to focus on listening. Number one, screen out internal distractions such as your own thoughts and feelings. You have an internal world going on the entire time you're listening to your external world. Secondly, relax and focus on the speaker. Thirdly, be present with the speaker. Fourthly, maintain eye contact when possible. And lastly, don't distract yourself and even the speaker by doodling or shuffling papers, using your phone, or even staring out the window. Now, when we're in the process of using active listening skills, we can visualize to understand the speaker better by concentrating on what is being said. Secondly, create a mental model of the information. This is something that I would refer to as tracking. If you're tracking the words of the speaker, you ought to be able to build a story or a mental model within your own memory as you track. Thirdly, remember key words and phrases said by the speaker. Fourthly, keep an open mind to what is being said. Sometimes our own closed mindedness will disallow us to hear and listen to the key themes that the speaker is trying to get across because we're already disagreeing in our mind with what is being said, which leads to number five, defer judgment on what is being said. When we're actively listening to the speaker, we need to listen for ideas and not just words. I have actively listened to uh, couples uh, in counseling session before, and during the session, the wife or even the husband will pick out words that their partner is saying and make issue of it. Now, in active listening, what we need to do is listen for ideas by listening for repeated themes given by the speaker, listening for main ideas communicated, and again, not just words, listening for key points of the speaker's communication, listening for the true spirit and theme of the communication given by the speaker. Now, another obvious but very important point is that we should not cut in or interrupt the speaker. our job is to actively listen. As we take on the features of what it means to actively listen, then we're going to allow the speaker to finish. We're also going to be mindful to pause before asking a question or providing any feedback to the speaker. We're going to take time to finish listening before we speak. And after we hear the speaker's entire communication, it would behoove us not to impose some type of a critique or solution to the information from the speaker. To complete the active listening process, we do have a number of tasks that will come after the speaker has completed his or her communication. Take time to focus on the input. Take time to focus on the meaning of the input from the speaker. After doing that, attempt to understand and integrate this information into your own frame of reference by taking away the most positive aspects and features of the communication. And then lastly, seek to understand how you can use and utilize this information for yourself. It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you on active listening. If you have any questions or would like to speak with me, you may email me or you may contact me at Lighthouse Counseling Solutions at the number below. And if you or somebody you know is seeking solutions for life's challenges, I am available for counseling sessions by phone, Skype, or at my offices in Longmont, Colorado. This is Bill Taylor. I hope you have a great day. Thank you.